In our Through the Chicane segment, we travel to the land of the rising sun to watch the PETRONAS Syntium Team in action. Join me right here at the Suzuka circuit to cheer on the PETRONAS Syntium Team as they race in the Super Taikyu Championship. This is the Suzuka International Racing Course, or Suzuka Circuit, one of the few circuits in the world with a figure 8 layout, where the back straight passes over the front of the track. And it is highly rated as one of the world's leading technical cores, that it is often referred to as the Holy Land of motorsports. At 5.807 kilometers, Suzuka hosts many motorsports championships such as the Formula 1, the Suzuka 1000 kilometers, and the infamous Suzuka 8 hours for motorbikes. It is perhaps the most famous track in Japan and one of the oldest. The name Super Taikyu, or translated to Super Endurance, is a 300 kilometers race that was created in year 2000. Now, in its 13th year, the championship has proven to be very popular amongst local and international motorsports fans. A coveted Japanese touring car championship, it is divided into ST1 to ST5 class cars and GT3s. ST1 cars are purpose-built FIA-styled racing machines that provides close racing action. The ST2 to ST5s are showroom stock racing machines with minimal modifications. And the GT3s, well, they're mean machines. As you can see, it's actually a full house right here at the circuit. And later on in the show, I'll be talking to the drivers and team and get them to explain to me what the Super Taikyu Championship is all about.
Super Taikyu is a domestic Japanese endurance series, so it's one step below Super GT, and it's a series of long distance races around Japan and this year expanding into Korea as well. Which basically brings together the very best of Japanese endurance racing. We've got 6 classes within the championship, and that runs from FIA GT3, which is obviously what we're competing in the SLS, right the way down to what they call ST5. So they run ST1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right the way down to cars like your Toyota Vitz. So look, we get a really good mix of different cars and different drivers, pro drivers, amateur drivers, gentleman drivers. 50 plus cars at every event, and it's a really great atmosphere and very competitive racing.
速さの差がすごくあるので、そこら辺の、違うクラスをうまくこうかわしながら長い距離を走るというところがすごく難しいレースで、コースを速く走ることも大事なんですが、あとはやっぱりこうピットワークが2回あるので、そこのピットの速さも、勝負の大事なポイントになるというですね。他の耐久レースと違うというわけじゃないんですが、今回そういうスーパー耐久レースの難しいところはそこら辺にあると思います。
We have about 7 races through the years, and a few of the circuits, all the circuits that we have run is Okayama, Suzuka, Fuji, and some other circuits like Motegi as well.
The race at Suzuka sees the team battling it out in sprint racing. There are 3 rounds in which each driver drives non-stop for 40 minutes.
今回は、いつもと違ってスプリントレースになるんですけれども、ただスプリントレースっていうのは1台の車を1人で乗るレースですけれども、今回は結局は 3人で1台の車をシェアするので、スーパー耐久の要素がかなり、大きく含んだスプリントレースなので、レース自体はねスプリントなんですけれども、やはりスーパー耐久に変わりはないのかなと思います。
Normally when the driver who is coming into the pits, normally what he does is to unplug his radio or even then water bottle as well, loosen the seat belts, and then when he comes into the pit and stops, normally what he does is he releases the steering wheel so he can get out of the car easier. And for the driver coming in, because sometimes the drivers are different height, so normally they have a seat with them so that they can put in the seat and he gets into the car.
Okay. We chose Mercedes because number 1, Petronas is the main partner of Mercedes. Number 2, we researched a few different cars and we took the Mercedes because most reliable, the GT3, that's we thought.
course, there will always be pressure, as in any sports, there will always be pressure to win. And being Petronas sponsored, we always want to win.
We are very successful in the endurance race because the main factor is the car. But I think the most important thing is the manpower. We got all professional, good driver, good mechanic, good engineer. So I picked all good people. That's why it's so successful.
Hope you guys are up to speed because we're about to find out what the boys enjoy most about the series.
基本レースというのは全てやはり勝負なので、勝ったら嬉しいし負けたら悲しいしってものなんですが、このペトロナスチームが非常に強いチームで、いつもチャンピオン争いだったりとかに絡めていて、今僕はずっと毎年チャンピオン取らせてもらってるので、そこら辺で非常にこのチームに入れることがまずハッピーですね。
I love winning it. That's got to be the goal for any driver, and you know I'm very fortunate to be in a racing team that is extremely successful, extremely competitive, got a brilliant history not only in Japan but around Asia. To race for the PETRONAS Syntium Team puts me in the best possible position to fight for wins here, outright and in my class, and it means that we can fight for the championship in 2013.
今回のスーパー耐久はスプリントレースということなんですけれども、通常のねスプリントだと、自分の車をですねセッティングして、レースしてっていう風で、自分仕様の車でレースができるんですが、今回はやはり3人で1台の車をシェアするので、スプリントレースとは言ってもですねやはりその3人で車を共有する難しさ、その辺は普段のこのスーパー耐久と変わらないので、レース自体はね個人のレースになるんですけれども、やはりそのスーパー耐久の要素を多分に含んだ、レースなんじゃないかなと思います。
For me, the series is very challenging. I mean, there's so many classes. I think the most challenging part for me is driving with traffic because some of the cars are a lot slower, and I think that's quite interesting for me.
So I enjoy that we get to drive with different classes of cars together and drive for a very long period of time.
I enjoy being ahead of everybody. That's what I enjoy the most, especially if from the start of the practice you are already ahead of everybody. So it's a very good spirit for you to carry throughout the weekend.
You have now been schooled about the Super Taikyu Championship. Remember, endurance racing is for the lion heart, and the PETRONAS Syntium Team has proven time and time again that is what they're made of. I'm Julian. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to log on to www.patmos.com.my for more info about your favorite teams, drivers, or race results. Catch you again here next week on Motorsports at PETRONAS. As they race in the one of the few circuits in the world with a figure 8 layout. I can't remember my lines! I'm scared! I'm a fan! I'm a fan! I'm a fan! I'm gonna moonwalk back!
Selamat pagi hari. Oh, thank you.